So there's a facial engagement we'll talk about as we're doing this. It's like that, And then my ribs, while I'm speaking to you, are engaged exactly the same way because I am reinforcing vocal fold closure when I talk, which if you have to talk for a living, awesome idea.
You don't have to breathe as often.
What?
You have to breathe as
No,
often.
as a matter of fact, you can have a really, really, really super duper, completely crazy run-on sentence that will last for at least, like, what do they call those in the Senate where they do those things where they'll keep going and then pop your ribs and go again. You pop the ribs and that fast the vocal folds are reconnected and you go again. So the reason that you're not having to do the big fill is because you're never depleting to the level of the balloon. So think of a balloon for me. You blow up a balloon and you hold its neck, it will whistle. For how long will it whistle? Nope. Till the air pressure has gone down so low that, right, you see it kind of goes down and there will be a point where it will stop whistling because of the air pressure. So you're basically functioning as a high-level air pressure system. Breathe in, and this is what air pressure means. Breathing in, hold. It basically, you can feel it. There's a little tiny bit of buoyant tension in the rib cage, but there's no tension in the throat. There's no gripping. Okay, so this is where some people think bel canto does this. Exhale for me. Inhale, and then lean in. No. You're just breathing in and opening up. Suspending the breath. Exactly right. You're suspending it. You're feeling that.
It also works on your.
It does. It puts you in the right posture.
The right posture.
Try this again for me with just one more thing on the breathing. So just so you can be aware of this, because it's a big hot topic right now in barbershop. Exhale. This time breathe in through your nose. You feel the air go into the back, but did you happen to notice that your whole body went into alignment as soon as you did it? Mm-hmm. So bel canto breathing puts your body in perfect alignment for singing. Relaxed. Right now, especially in the men's world, there are teachers going around and saying, okay, the ears have to be over the shoulders have to be over the hips have to be over the knees have to be, there's like a 40-point system to figure out how to get your body to be in the right place. And I'm like, well, if you just breathe into your back, it just kind of does it. Way easier. I'm just thinking simple, as much as we have to think about in this world of barbershop singing, right? Simple is good. I'm not saying this isn't a lot, but it's a lot less. Go ahead.
One of the posture problems that I tend to fight is locking my knees. I tend to not lock my knees, and I have to consciously remember to unlock them. When we're doing this, my knees were automatically soft. I all of a sudden realized that.
I'm telling you, they were really super crazy smart in 1800. the guy that developed, the founder of bel canto, okay, so the reason that I got this understanding is that I am considered a direct line scholar of bel canto. So I can trace my teachers all the way back to the founder, Manuel Garcia. He was a scientist. He developed the laryngoscope. He looked down the mechanism, mapped out the muscles, figured out the exercises. He was a crazy smart doctor. And that knowledge, it went on. When Puccini arrived, the challenges, so the English, this is the way this is kind of, sorry, I've got a segue. The English were going to Italy in 1800 to learn how to sing. They were taking their technique back to England. So right now, this system is called the English system of breathing because the English kept it. The Italians went on to the Puccini breath, which was it's a more expanded belly breath. But think about it. What does a Puccini sound create? Vibrato. So now what happens with the bigger breath is we're sort of setting our bodies up to be creating the problems that we then have to fix. When there's a simpler way, and you can use it, there are plenty of singers that use it, but if you think of this as just a simpler way to get a higher level result faster. 20 years of belly breathing teachers, I had 5 of them, I couldn't get anywhere until my bel canto teacher. So, shall we play some more? All right, military medley. And the only goal we're going to have this time is to keep the or the either one is fine. And I want you to breathe and set. And then on the breaths, instead of thinking, oh, I've got to breathe now, I want you to just think I have to reset the body, the ribs. Pop them open, pop them open, pop them. See how we do. Okay? Here we go.
Sound off, sound off, sound off, sound off.
4, sound off. Over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and the caissons go rolling along. In and out, you can shout, counter march and roundabout, and the caissons go rolling along. Then it's high, high, in the field artillery. Sound off your numbers loud and strong. Where'er you go, you always know that the caissons go rolling along.
What do you think?
What do I think? We were a
How
little
they do?
slow. Well,
A little slow.
I was trying to think of how I should be thinking.
That's okay, that's okay. I was doing it right. Okay, so now, all right, remember the little, it's all happening inside your head, not out here? Okay, so exhale again. Well, here's what I noticed. That first sound was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, second sound, when you went for the higher note, we have another structural piece I need to talk to. It wasn't quite ready, but the breathing, you noticed it was easier as you were doing it. Okay, let's try one more time with just those pieces. Power, you're spinning, keeping the ribs. Here we go. One more time, then we'll add a piece.
Sound off, sound off, sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off. Over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and the caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter march and roundabout, and the caissons go rolling along. Then it's high, high, in the field artillery.
Okay, good. So better. You had better, right? And you were
It was
getting
better.
more of the shape, more of the shape.
What I'm trying to do is get a breath spot, because we're kind of gasping for one somewhere instead of deciding where we're going to hop
Well,
on.
where do you normally breathe?
Well, I don't think we ever decided
I
where we
don't-
normally breathe.
okay.
Breath plan.
Huh? We didn't have an actual.
Oh, so you don't
breath
have a breath plan. So that's all you would need to do, is just put in a breath plan, but you notice that they're able to go longer.
Yes.
So what happens with this work is some of the problematic phrases, there are points, and we talked about this, we'll work on it in a little bit, on the posting, when you have a really long note, there may be points where you do have to do your personal breath plans. But the first thing for me that happens in this work is that the personal breath plan process kind of diminishes. You don't have to be so worried, because you're not running out of air the same way. You're using air more efficiently, if you can think of it that way. You're not necessarily holding your breath, but your body mechanic is basically engaged as if you were. So you're still losing air a little tiny bit, but the amount of air required to make the sound across those chords is so small that I do not feel it. I only feel vibration. So now, do we mind, let's go to the leads real quick.
Okay.
You guys watch. So same, one more time. On the second entrance, okay, the note is higher, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So now, in order for us to be accurate to that note, we have to breathe in for that note. So you're going to your exhale, your sound off. Then the next breath, the roof of the mouth has to go up to this height, a 12-foot high ceiling. And then you'll go straight to the note. But if the roof of the mouth is not prepped for the higher note, it's not going to be accurate, and you're going to feel the mechanism sort of, okay, get it
I
up
think
there.
we've got 3 of them, don't we?
Yeah, so
Here,
you're going to,
Here.
perfect, let's do it. With
Is
just
that what we
leads.
have?
Yeah, an E flat, then it goes to an F, and then an A flat.
Oh, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect
This
example.
one?
This is a great
This one? This one.
Perfect, so you're basically lifting for the, now here's your other option, is lift for the A flat to start with, and you never have to readjust.
You won't have to worry about that.
So there's a simple way to do this in my world, okay? You either can be anal like me, map out every phrase you have, this is a baritone thing, and you find your highest note, and you breathe for every phrase for that highest note, and you do that for every song you sing, okay? Some of us can handle that kind of analytical, okay, with everything else, choreo
Joanne should
included.
be here.
But my recommendation is that if you can get into the consciousness that, think about this, could you try, blow a F sharp for me. Okay, so up the octave from that, exhale for me, and breathe in for that note. You feel how high your mechanism, your natural mechanism
Yeah.
will go exactly
Sing
how
that
high
over
you need to
octave,
go.
yeah.
Like, you do not have to micromanage yourself as much as you probably have had to micromanage. You just have to remember that the mechanism has to be prepared. So, you feel that? All right, this is your best friend. So exhale again. Inhale for the high note. your inner Ditz is there all the time. That's right. I'll send you home with some good. That's right. We're all tenors. All right, yeah, but you won't sound like a tenor, Leeds, if you do it. So Leeds, let's just do their entrances for that.
All right, here we go. Leads.
Set the
The
rhythm.
others have to do it. I
Yeah.
suppose they don't have to.
Not, well, no, I'm gonna have them hold out for 1 second.
We
Okay.
we know in our head
They
what
won't do
they're
it.
doing.
Leads alone.
Sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
Good, so now that was pretty darn good,
This one?
except for one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, came back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing changes.
Up instead of down.
Yes, yes, there is no down, ever.
So,
Bases.
when you hit one,
The
when you
lower
hit
you
one,
go,
it stays
the higher
there.
you get.
The notes go like
And
this,
and
but
higher
the
you
palette
get,
and
you
everything
have
stays up there.
more
What you-
resonance you'll have in your bass. You'll have more volume with less force. We'll try it. Put you in. Okay, let's try it again. Try it again, ladies. That was pretty darn good, ladies. Here we go.
Sound off, sound off.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
That's pretty
You
darn
have to go
close.
back
Now
to that
can
one
you do
anyway.
something else for me? So, sound off, sound off, sound off. Wait, I didn't do the right. Is that the right note? Sound off. Oh, sound. So, sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off. You feel like you're stay
It's
right
always in the
there.
same place. It's
Not,
always
so
in
this
the
is
same
adding on
place.
to what Marsha was saying about the same zone. The same zone for me is this one singular target space. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Feels like a pair of dentures in there with height. So the difference is you're just adding more height to the instrument so that you've got more resonance space.
It's always there, even though the notes go there.
And that's kind of what,
This is
when I
always
talk
there.
about the vowel tunnel.
That's
Sound
exactly.
off, 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
That's
It's all
right.
in the
That's
same
it. It's
spot.
all in the same spot. That's all. So now let's put these gals in with
All
you.
right.
Okay, let's see what you guys
Were you
got
guys
going.
paying attention?
Oh, yeah, they were.
Sound off, sound off, sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
Nice. Not bad at all. And more sound.
I thought I had the Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
That's right. Okay, so I put my back to that. All right, so now basses. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, in order for basses to get maximum volume, okay, in this work, the facial engagement has to be like really like you're slightly crazed. Yeah. You are. It's only
She's
two.
got
How
it.
many are 3 of you? How many you got? 5, 6? What do we got? Okay, good. All right, so just basses for a second. Let's do the same thing.
Well, it
Leads
depends
can-
if she's
leads can-
singing tenor or bass, I
Yeah.
never know which one.
All right, basses.
I know, babe.
Basses, okay.
All right, here we go. So basses. I need you to lift higher as if
So,
you're going to be on the high note and
Give
then
us
stay
the
steady.
first one and then quit.
Okay. Here we go.
Sound off, sound off.
Yeah, so you feel how it kind of wants to go. So it's like somebody took your mojo. We got to give you your mojo back. So where'd your mojo go? Do you know what mojo is? That like thing that makes you like
Invincible.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay, so basses are like the volume in a barbershop, right? You're the
Okay.
right? So we have to have that confidence. So how do we get that? Exhale for me. Once you breathe into your body with that lateral feeling, and boom, you feel that power in you. It's all below the shoulders. Your whole mechanic is right here. And then I need you to articulate as if you're talking to me slightly annoyed. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know that what's that? You know when somebody doesn't understand what you're saying and we suddenly have to enunciate more clearly? I want you to bite like that. Here we go.
I want to try some, but okay.
Go for a second.
Go for
Here,
a second.
yeah.
First one, ladies, please. 1, 2.
Sound off, sound off. Sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
Well, you feel the difference?
What I wanted to get at is they're exactly the same notes. So this side of the room should sound exactly like this side of the room.
With twice the resonance.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're singing exactly the same notes.
Okay, cool. So again, we're putting it through heavier instruments.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, So it won't sound exactly the same.
They got-
The accuracy should be the same.
Yeah, same.
No, the
That's right.
texture will be different.
But that was
Timbre.
different. This last time
It was better. It was more
way
like
better.
the-
Yeah.
It was
So
really nice.
one of the things that, I was just in a coaching session with another sort of a man's coach, all right? And one of the things he said is that the hardest thing for bass is, because we love that woofy or big sound, okay? And we're supposed to bring that resonance. We need to remember that actually in barbershop, this is way more important. This engagement of the forward space, right? So exhale for me. We're gonna go to uh-huh. It's fake. You're at a cocktail party, you don't know anybody, or the woman coming towards you, you can't remember her name, and I need you to kind of stay there, right? With that little tiny edge. Let's do it again. Let's put everybody in.
Sound off, sound off, sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off.
That's right. And you feel the difference. So your power is in the way you articulate. Your articulation energy, the speech energy, we'll call it they're called onsets in singing. The onset is the front end of every syllable you ever sing. And in this work, the onset, the consonant, your first sound that you make, is the spark plug that makes the whole system work. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share one more little, this is a technical piece. And then you tell me, do you want to take a little break during, or you just go, okay. So,
What if you want?
so here's no, I'm good. So I could go longer. I'm really tired if I do though. Okay, so we have a concept in our mind, right? That we breathe in, and here's the air, and then the air comes across the chords and creates a sound and tone, and then it goes by it makes the vowel, and then it comes to the consonant, and then it's out. Right? It's an inside job. It's not how it works. So the consonant is the piece that lands the entire timing of the whole evolution. So if our consonants have more precision to them, that's where we can get your volume really fast to be more consistently bigger. For a small group, if you need that, I'm thinking you might want it occasionally. Yeah? Yeah, yeah. So it happens on onset. So it's like the spark plug of a car. If that doesn't fire clean, the timing of the instrument doesn't work right. That makes sense? Did you happen to notice that you were way more accurate because of like as soon as I had you articulate that way, your sound was just right there. You weren't having to think so much. Yes? Yes, sort of. Kind of. Dolores is looking at me dubious.
The only contradiction I have is sometimes when we do that,
Yep.
it becomes choppy and we're supposed to hold it out. So if we're articulating, we're not supposed to move our chin. Where am I going with that?
Oh, yeah, exactly. So what happens is we get a big mushy mess that doesn't actually work for the instrument. Okay, so here's the challenge. So I believe synchronization issues are actually caused by trying not to do things more so than actually doing them. The shaping piece that we did with the itsy bitsy spider, let's just try that. That will take care of your synchronization, okay? Here, So sound off. You're actually finishing your words, and that will help you with the synchronization. I'm going to show the leads a trick in a minute, but let's try it one more time, and then we'll go to the next. Let's go to the next song.
Let's smooth it out.
Yes, here we go.
Sound off, sound off, sound off, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4, sound off. Over hill.
I paused it. That was pretty darn good.
It was real good. It was real
It
good.
was like across the circle.
What I was,
Can I ask for one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Sound off,
Yes.
sound off, sound off. It has to be.
Okay, so we could talk about the goalposts. Can we, if I ask them to stay high on their forward lift, sound. So in bel canto, we don't modify like the old days of the goalpost, because what's going to happen is their sound's going to go back, which is then going to cause pitch-related issues. However, if we can go high on the teeth, so Debbie Cleveland talks about it like there's little mini hydraulics on the upper jaw. So if you go, ladies, now that upper jaw stays up. You see how naturally the mouth doesn't, the tight jaw is what's causing the wide, not the smile. If you think about it from a gold medalist, how many gold medalists have been on the United States that are not smiling?
Yeah.
None.
So none. So what we need is space. So we need the height
Right.
that you're asking for, and then the space that doesn't let it cramp down.
Because the leads were really nice.
Yes, they were.
And then this came in with sound of.
Yeah.